Welcome back to the official Channel AV podcast. As always, we have a riveting episode for you today. This one's going to be a little short, going to be a little sweet, but filled with treats nonetheless. So let's dive right in. What the heck are we talking about today? Soundboards. What the heck do they do? You've probably been to many events with one, but to the common eye, what a soundboard does can be pretty ambiguous. Today, this podcast is going to shed a little bit of light on its functionality, components, and importance when handling live event sound. So what does it do? Simply put, a soundboard, also known as a mixing board or mixer, takes multiple input signals such as microphones, the one you're hearing on me now, instruments, iPods, DJ turntables, and all that fun stuff. Basically, it merges those puppy guys together so they can be sent to speakers as one signal. Nice. An audio engineer's job is to ensure each input channel blends harmoniously to produce a well-balanced sound. They used a soundboard to optimize the combined sounds by adjusting input levels, applying effects, equalization, and dynamic processing. So, what are the key components that make up this thing called a soundboard? First is the inputs. These are jacks or plugins where all the sound sources plug into. Audio signals typically enter the board through an XLR, a 1/4 inch, or RCA jack, the most common standard audio inputs. What is another key component you probably aren't asking, but I'm going to tell you anyway? It's a channel EQ. Every input sound source corresponds to a channel. These allow an audio engineer to control the sound source's frequency balance individually. Another key component is the auxiliary channels, commonly referred to as aux channels for short. These enable you to send a duplicate feed of a channel input signal to additional devices. The aux channels output the duplicate feeds via a jack on the top or back of the soundboard. The most common use of these is during performances. A band member may want to hear the audio back with certain elements adjusted to their preferences through their own dedicated monitor wedge or IEM, in-ear monitors. Faders, another key component. These are the sliders on a soundboard that enable an engineer to adjust the volume or the presence of each channel within the final output or mix. All channels should start at 0 dB, referred to as unity, and be adjusted accordingly from there. This is why an experienced audio engineer running the board is key, as their ears are trained to recognize precisely what is needed to create a quality listening experience. Now, hopefully this podcast has provided some insight into the function of a soundboard and its importance in live audio. The next time you attend an event with a speaker setup, from your cousin's wedding to your favorite club, you'll know now that the whole production is being run through a soundboard. Now, if this podcast did not tickle your soundboard fancies, you can always go for a more in-depth look at how to set up a soundboard correctly by checking out our article, How to Correctly Set Up a Soundboard. So that's it for us over here at Channel AV, based out of Nashville, Tennessee. I'll catch y'all on the next one.